Hey everyone, welcome to class. My name is Julie Shane and I'm here with yoginiology.com. This is going to be a 60-minute Vinyasa flow style class. It's literally going to work everything from your head to your toes, reboot yourself mentally and physically so that you can have the awesome day you are meant to have. So we'll get right to it. You don't need any props today unless you know that you like to have them, like a block or something nearby, but nothing special, just a mat and yourself. So we're going to start lying down on our backs. We're going to take the feet wide and draw the knees together. Then you can let the hands come out to your sides, palms up, or if it's more comfortable to have them rest on your belly or on your chest, you can do that. This is like the sweet moment of realizing you are here to practice. Letting everything else just go, whether it was awesome moments of your day or incredibly shitty moments of your day so far. Let them go. Get present, feeling yourself just settle in, your entire back body just melting into the mat. You disconnecting from the kind of fake, false world and connecting to what is true and what is real. Begin to notice your breath. Notice how it starts to really blossom once you give it attention. Something that just gets unnoticed so frequently throughout our day. The second you give it attention, it's just like a little kid that just wants to impress you. And it's so beautiful, the breath. Watch it dance as it moves. In through your nose and down the throat. Exhale, just continue to let go of anything exterior. It's a beautiful quote by the teacher Pema Chodron. It's one of my favorites. She says, "You are the sky. Everything else is just weather." Let's bring that idea and that focus to our class today as we start to feel awesome. Take your knees, drop them over to the right, so you're going to leave your feet wide. Let the knees drop to the right, and then you're going to take your right foot and drop it onto the left thigh, just so it provides a little bit of weight there. Nice easy twists to start class. It should feel really good through the outer left leg. Go ahead and set the right foot back down to the outer edge of the mat. Drop the knees over to the left. Same thing other side. Left ankle to the right thigh. Let that act as a heavy weight there. And let the exhale just melt you in. You are disconnecting so you can reconnect. Reconnect with what's true and what's honest. And that is how you get to bring that awesomeness back to your day. Go ahead and release. Start to hug the knees into the chest. Give them a nice big squeeze. And then bring the legs straight up towards the ceiling and just flex and point the toes. Take the ankles in circles. Get some circulation flowing here. Can't be awesome if all of your blood is stuck in your feet. No. And then just come into a quick happy baby, grabbing the outer edges of the feet. Just see what that does for you. For me, it's like a nice big release on the low back and the hips today, but it's different every day. So just check in. How is that feeling for you today? And then cross the ankles, rock yourself up to set. We'll come into downward facing dog. So just an easy down dog to start. Pedal out the legs, shake the head. Take the feet as wide as you need to give yourself plenty of room. Spread your fingers wide. Remember that there's equal weight going into the hands and the feet. So the more you can push down with both the hands and the feet, the lighter you start to feel in this pose. You're going to look forward, step the right foot between the hands, get the right knee right over the ankle, and just pause here for a second. Start to feel the left hip flexor open as you're coming up into high lunge. And then take the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, and just like you're yawning, inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, release the hands back down, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward, step the left foot forward, setting up for high lunge. Don't go right into it, pause for a moment. Feel your navel pulling in towards the spine, feel the legs supporting you here. Interlace the hands weird ways, so other index finger on top. And then just like your body is yawning, inhale, heart lift, arms reach back. Exhale, hands down to the ground, downward facing dog. Keep pedaling out the legs, shaking the head. Anything you need to do to get comfortable here, even dropping the knees down. And then you're going to start to walk the hands back towards the feet, coming into a forward fold at the back of the mat. You can grab opposite elbows if that's more comfortable for you today. Backs of the legs, whatever your jam is. Chin in towards the chest. Navel in, legs strong. Start to bring the weight back into the heels a little more, and then try to push down through the balls of the feet equally. So you have four corners of your feet rooting down really strong, and then it's like you're lifting up the center of your foot. And so it's like this little suction cup going on. Legs are super strong. We're going to start to crawl our way really slow back into down dog. Try not to lose anything in the legs as you do this. Adho Mukha. Take a big breath. Inhale forward to plank pose. Exhale, drop the knees down. Cat-cow. Take a couple rounds. Bring the chin in towards the chest. Rounding the spine, pushing everything away from you. And then inhaling, coming forward to cow pose, opening the chest, opening the throat. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And just kind of make an imprint of this motion happening in the upper back. Couple more rounds. So good to move the spine like this. Keeps your spine nice and happy, young, flexible. All good words. Go ahead and head back to downward facing dog. So we're going to do a little flowy flow. So unlike your traditional vinyasa, we're not going to do chaturanga just yet. We're going to flow forward kind of in a way, bringing a little bit of that cat into our pose. Coming to all fours, then bend your knees, a little bit of cow now, butt up, and back to downward facing dog. Do that a few more times, flowing forward, bringing some cat into your life. Knees bent, cow button up. And so there's really no right or wrong way to do this. Just try to integrate as much of a fluid motion as you can as you go back and forth from plank to downward facing dog. And can you integrate some of that motion in cat-cow into this? It's a nice way to warm up the body. You can feel the core hopefully start to work. It can get tiring for the arms, the legs. But it's so fluid. It's so nice to bring these movements into the body. Do one more. And then next time, head right back into downward facing dog. Look forward. We'll step the right foot forward again, coming right up into high lunge this time. Inhale. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, bring the hands into goal posts. So you're going to bring the elbows back as much as you can. Lift the heart up. And then as you exhale, bring the elbows together, chin in towards the chest. Inhale, open up. Exhale, elbows together. Inhale, open up. Exhale, elbows together. Two more. Stay strong in the legs. Inhale. Exhale. It's like you're opening the blinds to your awesome day. Right? Exhale. Inhale. This time arms come up. And then drop the left heel down. Virabhadrasana 1. Don't get overly concerned with the hips. Set the heel down. You're just trying to roll that outer seam of the left thigh forward. Maybe bring the hands together. Inhale. Exhale, hands down to the ground. Now come onto the outer edge of your left foot. Turn the right toes. Inhale, right arm comes up. Nice. Walk the left hand forward just a bit so the wrist crease is just in front of your left shoulder. And then stack the right foot on top, side plank. Lift the hips up, push them forward. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to do a few more rounds of that really flowy type of vinyasa. Inhale, flow forward to plank, bend the knees, butt up, and just keep moving. So you're not necessarily stopping in down dog. I'm staying up on the balls of my feet. I'm definitely pulling the navel in towards the spine though. Moving the body like one big wave motion. Couple more rounds. 2 more. Last one. And stop in downward facing dog. Take a breath. Exhale, push back. Inhale, look forward. Left foot goes forward this time. High lunge, come right into it. Inhale. Exhale, goalpost arms. Take a big breath in. And then exhale, round forward, touch the elbows. Inhale, open up. Exhale, close it in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, close. Inhale. Exhale, 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, arms come up by your sides. Drop the right heel down. Just sneak it down. Virabhadrasana 1. Square the shoulders. Push through that knife edge of the outer edge of your right foot. Big breath in. Maybe palms of the hands come together. Exhale. Hands down. Step it back. Downward facing dog. And a few more rounds of that really flowy. Inhale forward. Bend the knees. Bring it back. Cycling through, and this may be new way for you. Can take you out of old habits. Call them samskaras in Sanskrit. Lift you up out of those ruts and bring some new light, some new ideas and freshness to your life. And it's in those moments when you're really finding something new that creativity tends to strike, passion and enthusiasm can begin to enter your life. 1 more. Downward facing dog. Inhale, look between your hands. You can step or hop forward. Exhale. Inhale, look forward, halfway lift. Pull the belly in, offer the heart. Exhale, folded. Bring the weight back into the heels. Lift all 10 toes up. Drop the hips down. Inhale, chair pose. Deep breath in. Relax the shoulders from the ears. Sit down a little lower. A little lower. Pull the belly in. See if you can lift the right heel up towards your butt. And then keep the knees together. Keep the right heel lifting. Come on up. Hands to your heart. Warrior 3. Flex the right foot. Try to draw the heel in line with the crown of the head. Exhale, hands down to the floor. Bend the left knee. Drop the right foot to the back of the mat. Warrior 2. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, settle in. Finding whatever stance works for you best today. You want to try to keep the left knee right over the ankle. And if you can widen the stance enough that the left thigh starts to become parallel with the floor, that's really nice. Feel the hips begin to open. Flip the palms up. Take the right hand to the back of the right leg. Reach the left arm up and over. Reverse warrior. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, straighten the left leg. Windmill the hands down to the floor. Reach the heart forward. Try to draw the belly towards the left thigh. Pause. Kick the right heel up, square the hips, fold a little more. So I'm just on the fingertips, the pads of my fingertips. So it's nice not to get the hands flat. It gives you a little more fluidity in the spine. Bend the left knee, drop the right knee down, push the hips forward. Inhale, come up, low lunge. Take the right hand to the outer left thigh, reach the left arm back. See if you can find the right foot. Pull it in. So try to bring the right heel against your bum and then push forward. So it might not be as deep of a stretch in the hip flexor, but it's definitely more in the quads. Good. Exhale, release. Hands to the ground, step it back, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. Exhale, push down through the heels. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Way back in the heels. Inhale, chair pose. Utkatasana. See if you can lift all 10 toes up. Don't worry about overly tucking the tailbone. That's not super good for the low back. So if you want to Beyonce booty, stick it out. That's fine. Think more of bringing the effort into the thighs and keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Staying nice and low, you're going to try to start to lift the left heel up towards the bum. Keep your knees together, then straighten the right. Bring your hands to your heart. Exhale, warrior three. So most of us probably can't see how we look in this pose, but try to feel yourself becoming more like a capital letter T. You drop the left hip bone down a little bit, lengthen out through the spine. Exhale, hands down, bend the right knee, set the left foot down. Inhale, warrior two. Right knee right over the ankle, nice wide stance. You should feel your hips opening, arms strong. Then go ahead and flip the palms face up, come into reverse warrior. So really try to lengthen through the right side body. Stay low in the legs. And exhale, come back to warrior two. Take the hands down to the ground, begin to straighten the right leg. Make sure you're pushing into the ball of the foot so that the calf is engaging and you're not just loading into the knee joint. Reach the heart forward, try to scissor the thighs, the right hip moves back and the left hip moves forward. Belly in, try to touch the belly to the right thigh. Then pick the left heel up, come a little deeper now that hips are square. Then bend the right knee, set the left knee down. Inhale, come up to low lunge. Then take the left thigh, or the left hand to the right thigh, reach the right arm back, twist. You could stay right here, or see if you can find the left foot. So rather than just getting super deep into the hip, can you start to bring the heel back to the butt, and then move all of that forward. So much more intense on the quad, but that's what we want here, is a deep quad stretch. We'll get to the hips. Exhale, release. Hands to the top of the mat, step back. Downward facing dog. Big breath in. Exhale, forward to plank pose. So you're going to take a breath, pulling the belly in towards the spine, and then feel like you're lengthening the tailbone towards the heels. Good. And you're going to draw the right knee up towards the chest. Here in plank, you should feel the quads or the core working, right? And then extend the right leg out under the left arm, so you're coming into the outer edge of the right foot, and then inhale, come up. Ball and triangle. Good, and then switch all the way around, lift the hips up even more so it's like a really funky, wild thing. Exhale, come back, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward plank. Draw the left knee in towards the chest, lift it up high, feel the core engage, hold it. Hold it in higher, higher, higher. And then try to lightly set it down underneath the right arm, so you're coming onto the outer edge of the left foot. Inhale, come up. So first coming into fallen triangle and then flipping so that the toes are going straight towards the ceiling and lifting the heart up. Good. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward, step the right foot forward. Drop the left heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Big breath in. Go and take the right hand to your left shoulder. Try to bring the right elbow behind your head. And then breathe in to
that space you're creating in your upper back and your right shoulder. Let's reach the left arm behind you. See if you can find the right thigh, or just tuck it into the top of the pants, and then lean back. Stay here and breathe for a moment. Try not to grip through your right toes. Exhale, release the right hand behind you. Bring it so that your hands are like reaching around, like you're giving yourself a backwards hug. Take the elbows towards each other, lift the heart up. And then lift the left heel up, come into a high lunge position. Inhale, reach the arms up. We're going to take the left arm, swing it under the right for eagle arms. Inhale, lift the elbows up. Exhale, push the forearms forward. We'll come into eagle now. So see if you can swing the left leg up and over the right. Getting nice and low. Maybe the left toes hooking around the right calf. Hold the belly in, sink down a little lower. Really squeeze the arms and the legs together. And maybe drop the elbows down towards the knees. Big breath in. So a little bit more of that cat in our upper back. And then start to slowly release the left leg. Keep the arms in eagle. Warrior 3 with eagle arms. Exhale, release the hands down. Drop the left foot down. Downward facing dog. Inhale, forward step the left foot forward. Drop the right heel down. Inhale, come up, warrior 1. 2 heels in one line. Chest and ribs moving towards the front. Let yourself settle in. And then take the left hand, reach it for the right shoulder blade, and help that arm back a little bit more with the right hand. And then breathe into the space. Lift the heart up. Try to keep the chin lifted. Then take the right hand behind you, either reaching for the left hip or just tucking it into the waistband. Big breath in. So as we move, we're clearing out some of those distractions, some of that false, like they call it Maya, right? The kind of film that we see. And so as we move, we don't even realize it sometimes, but all of that is kind of fading. And you start to get very present. Take the left hand behind you. Reach it for the right hip. Big hug behind yourself. Squeeze the elbows towards each other. Lift the heart up. That's one of the best. It's like this sneaky kind of practice in yoga. You don't even see it coming, and then you end and you're like, wow, I didn't realize that, I feel so much better. Reach the arms up. Anyway, I hope you'll feel better after this. I know I will. Right hand come underneath. Cross at the elbows and the wrists. Eagle arms. So grounding down through the left foot. Start to bring the right leg up. Cross it high on the left thigh. Maybe right toes swing around. Try to get your knees in line with your elbows. Hold the navel in. Sink down, sink down. They say the lower you sit, the easier it is to balance, and I would agree with that. Maybe elbows towards the knees. And a little bit of the cat action in your upper back. And then can you transition from that, straightening both legs, right leg up, left leg straight, into warrior 3 with eagle arms. Take the hands down, step the right foot by the left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. And take the feet about the width of your mat, maybe a little closer together for some of you. We're going to come into Malasana. I'm going to do a little flow here. So take the toes about 45 degrees out. Bend the knees. Sit down. And so you can take the feet out as wide as you need to try to get the heels down. If the heels don't come down easily, you could grab like a blanket or a towel and place it underneath the heels. So pause here for a moment. Hands to heart, navel in, chest up. Big breaths. And we're going to start flowing. So you're going to start just by lifting the hips up and then the heart up. And then reach the arms up. Come up just a little bit, but not really, and then back down. So it's like a sneaky little coming up. Butt up, heart up, come up just a little bit, back down. 5 more. Butt up, heart up, belly in, arms up. Good. 4 more. Butt up, heart up, belly in, come on up. Bring it down. 3 more. Butt, heart, arms. Just kidding. 2 more, right? Butt, heart, arms. Last one. Butt up, heart up, arms up. Good. Come on down. Sit down. Come into boat pose. So we'll start with the toes on the mat, heels lifted, knees together, heart up, arms out by your sides, and then begin to lift the feet up. And you're just going to tap the right toe, tap the left toe. Tap the right toe, tap the left. You want to keep lifting the heart, pulling the belly in. And you can stick with this, or straighten the legs, tap the right, tap the left, tap the right, tap the left. Keep going, staying with the breath. Feeling awesome. You are strong. Incredibly awesome. I can feel it coming through my computer. Knees into the chest. Nice job. Take the soles of the feet together. Fold here in Baddha Konasana. And don't think about necessarily folding all the way down, or even concerning yourself with that if that's not in your realm of possibility at the moment. So can you tilt the pelvis forward, and can you extend the spine long, and think about trying to touch your chest to your toes. And then you pause when you find a good stretch. Close your eyes here if you'd like. Come back to the breath. Back to that quote from the beginning of class that you are the sky. Everything else is just weather. I mean, it's always changing. You do not. Sky is always there. Sky always exists. Everything else comes and goes. So if you're at a stage in your life or in a day where it's just like, man, nothing is going right, it's just like the clouds coming over the sky. It can last a long time, and it can, you know, it's not something you can just kind of say, I don't know what's cloudy. Like sometimes it's like it's really serious and it's a big storm. It's going to leave damage, but it does always clear, right? And it's not really having anything to do with you. It's these exterior events. It's not changing you at all. And that can be comforting to remember. Okay, cross the ankles, hands to the top of the mat, heading back. Downward facing dog. Just checking, we haven't been in down dog for a little bit. So just see how it's feeling now. Is it any different than it was at the beginning of class? If you still need to pedal out the legs or shake the head or wag the tail, do whatever you need to do here. And then I want you to bring the inner edges of your feet together, lift the right heel up nice and high, and then just pulse it a few times. So you get a little more height as you do that. And then draw the knee in towards the nose. Pick it up nice and high. And then set the right foot as lightly down between the hands as you can. And walk the right foot all the way over to the edge of the mat. Take the hands inside the right leg. We'll come into some form of like lizard or runner's lunge. So if you need to, this is where blocks could come in handy. You need to put your hands on blocks or just like grab whatever, a pillow or anything to give you height. You could also do forearms on that, or you could bring forearms all the way down to the ground. So as you get into the hips, it's really common to tighten the face, to kind of scrunch up the area around the eyes, to let the neck get really, really tight. So just kind of stay in touch with all that. And try to let your whole body relax into this, not just your hip. A few more breaths here. And sometimes if you rock back and forth and bring a little bit of movement, it can help you relax a little bit. So you can continue to work in this pose. This is a great pose to hold
If you'd like to, if you're down on your forearms and would like to keep going, you can try to take your right webbing between your thumb and your index finger, and you're going to bring that to the back of the heel. You're going to push into the heel and try to draw the shoulder back a little bit. And then extend the right arm out like a little airplane wing. Shift the weight into the right foot, and you get the left arm out like a little airplane wing. And then maybe bind. Back knee up, front toes spread, lift the heart up. Exhale, release the right hand outside the foot. Step the right foot to the back edge of your mat. Left foot stacks on top. Inhale, side plank. I think we're finally getting to this. Right, exhale, back, downward facing dog. Inhale forward to plank our first chaturanga of class. We're more than halfway through. Imagine that. Lengthen out through the crown of the head. Keep the elbows in close. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Heart lifts. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring the inner edges of your feet together. Left heel goes up. Pump the foot up and down. See if you can get a little more height as you do that. And then go ahead and step the left foot outside the left hand that's right to the edge of your mat. You have plenty of room for your hands under your shoulders. And remember, both sides are different, so don't immediately assume you're going to get to where you got on the other side, or that you'll stay where you stayed on the other side. So just feel this side out, see what it means. Maybe you prop the hands up. Maybe forearms are propped on something. Maybe forearms to the ground. And you can pick, too, if it helps, to drop the back knee down and just kind of hang out for a little bit there. That's fine too, you don't need to keep the knee lifted. What's your jaw doing? Don't grind your teeth or clench the teeth. I always like to remind people that you're thinking really negative thoughts towards me right now. It's not me. Well, probably not, it could be, but most of the time, it's the pose. But if you're getting to a place where really violent thoughts towards me are coming into your mind, you probably have come too far, and I would recommend for the safety and well-being of both of us to come out. Continue to work here, or webbing to the back of the left heel, push into the left heel, try to draw the left shoulder underneath the left arms a little more, then maybe start to pick the left arm up, kind of shift onto the left foot and coming up onto my right hand, drawing the right hand up, and then coming into a bind and trying to lift my heart. Belly in. Exhale, release left hand down, step the left foot to the back of the mat. So left shoulder, left wrist crease just in front of the left shoulder. Stack the feet. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. To your Vinyasa. Inhale, forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, to your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. What are your fingers doing? Can you spread them wide? Get the index fingers in line with the long edges of your mat. And feel like you're lifting the heel. It's pushing down into the ground, but the energy is lifting into the knee. So the legs are really energized, knees lifting into the hips. And exhale, set the knees down, cross the ankles, rock back to sit. Boat pose, some variations. One more time. So start with knees bent, heels lifted, toes pointed, arms up. This time we're going to come into kind of like V crunches. So you're going to extend the legs out and then pull it back in. Exhale, extend out, pull it back in. 5 more. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. 3 more. Last one. Good. Cross the ankles, come up to sit. So we are going to extend the right leg out to the side. And then if you'd like, you can keep the sole of the left foot into the inner right thigh. If you're able to,
Go ahead and bring the left leg more into like an Art of Virasana shape, so like a half hero, where the left heel is right up next to the left hip. And this will allow you to come a little deeper into this pose if you'd like. So you're going to open the leg up as much as is comfortable, start at 90 degrees, and then work your way out from there. You're going to turn your chest towards the right knee, flex the right toes up towards the ceiling, and start to fold forward. If you need a strap, grab a strap. You can grab the foot, go ahead. Remember, you should feel this in the left side body first before you hit the hamstring. So if you don't, open the left knee up a little more and see if you can twist a little deeper. So if you have the leg back in this Art of Virasana shape, you're going to take the right hand and bring it under the leg and reach for the left heel. And you'll notice this is going to immediately take your right shoulder down. And you're going to reach the left arm up and over, opening the heart up as much as you can, and really getting a huge side body stretch here. Turn the heart up a little more. Pull the right shoulder down a little more. And then inhale. Come up. So this is prepping us for our next pose, which is sundial pose or compass pose. So you can draw the left foot back in if you'd like, so it's not in that Art of Virasana shape. You're going to pick the right knee up and take the left hand to the outer right foot. And then you're going to reach your right arm and you're going to start to bring it so it comes underneath the right leg. So you're kind of like it to think of it like you're putting on a backpack strap. You're just doing one because you're cool and you're from the 90s. So you just like lift that backpack up and over the right shoulder as much as you can, and you're holding on to the left foot. And then try to sit up as tall as you can. This might be where you hang. Maybe right hand comes out to the side, flex the foot. You have to keep pushing the hips forward, and you can start to open up here, right? I'm still a little bit like folded forward. So the idea is to lift the heart more, open the side body up more, and push the weight forward. And as your hips push forward, the right hand is pushing into the ground so that the upper arm can start to push into the back, the right leg more. Exhale, release. Let's take the legs wide, just about 90 degrees. Not a super big fold, not the biggest you can do. Just a little forward fold in between sides. Go ahead and switch to the other side. So we'll bring the right sole of the foot in to Janu Shirshasana shape or into the Art of Virasana shape. Left toes point straight up towards the ceiling. Turn the belly, widen the leg as much as you need to so you feel the stretch through the right side body. Twist into it, kind of get ready and prep here first. You can hang there and stay there, or left hand comes underneath the leg. You'll start to pin the left shoulder down, reaching for the right heel. And reach the right arm up and over. See if you can find the left toes. Heart peels open. Nice big breaths. Keep trying to lift the heart up more. And this is a nice pose to practice before moving into sundial, because you can start to feel like if your lower back or your upper back is rounding here, you can begin to open that up before you add the element of having to lift the leg. Go ahead and bring yourself back. If the leg was back, bring it forward again. Draw the left knee in. Take the right hand to the outer left foot. Try to rock your pelvis forward already. So don't start slumped in the low back, because that is not going to help you at all. So rock forward. Start to lift the left leg up, and as you do, left arm comes under it. Backpack over the left shoulder. It's a good way to think of it. Right? Get it up as high as you can. And take the left arm out to the side Start to straighten the leg, but as you do, you're turning and you're opening the chest, and you're trying to lift up as much as you can. Rock forward. Use the left arm against the left leg. Turn and twist. Release when you're ready. Legs out. Just like a super easy fold here. Good. Inhale. Bring yourself up and back into the center of your mat. So we're going to come into Supta Virasana. So if you can get right into it, you want the heels like to snuggle up against your hips, knees together. You definitely want to keep the feet going straight back. You don't want to let the feet sickle out or it's going to be really bad for the knees. So tops of the feet to the ground, heels hugging in. If this just isn't working for your ankles or for your knees, boost yourself up as much as you need to on blocks or pillows or blankets until it gets to a place that's comfortable for you. If you feel comfortable where you're at, you could bring the hands back and lift the heart up a little bit. You want to keep the knees down and the heels down if you continue to go back, maybe to the forearms. Lifting the heart up. Knees have to stay down. Keep squeezing the heels in. One of my teachers, T.S. Little, he always says you shouldn't be able to even slip a credit card in between where your heels and your hips are. So really, really squeeze in. And then maybe lower all the way down. Knees should not lift up and heels should not separate away. Now I always like to, if you do make it all the way down, grab opposite elbows above your head. And that just helps to open the heart up a little more. And close your eyes wherever you're at. Even breaths in and out through the nose. Even your yoga practice, it's just weather, right? It doesn't change the essence of you. It can make it clear what that is. It can help to clear the clouds and clear the sky. But it's not really changing you. It's just revealing the more honest truth about yourself, which is that you are awesome. And that you are really powerful. So when you need to come out of this pose, come out of this pose. If you are lying down all the way and are intrigued about coming into Kapotasana pose, there's a way you can get to it from here. So you would come into like your Urdhva Dhanurasana hands. So taking the palms of the hands down, squeezing the elbows in. You start to lift the hips up, walk back. Right? Maybe drop the head down. Start to reach the hands. Maybe they find the feet. So it's an intense back bend. This is a sneaky way to get into it. It can feel really opening and soothing for the heart. It's energizing. It's vigorous. So I like to practice it. It'll come maybe someday. Or maybe you just did it and rocked it a hell of a lot better than I did. Doesn't matter. It's just the weather, right? Go ahead and lie down on your back. Let the legs go. So we'll start or end class just how we started. Feet wide, knees together. Go ahead and lie down on your back. And then just windshield wiper the legs back and forth. Go as fast or as slow as you need to. Right, what is the weather doing? So you fast windshield wipers. Sometimes it's just a drizzle. Go ahead and hug the knees into the chest. So come back into eagle legs. Only this time it's easier because we're not having to bounce. So take the right leg over the left. Cross the ankles, hug the knees into the chest, and then drop all of that over to the left. And I like to roll really far to my left to make sure my legs are completely down because you don't want like the ankles or anything to be hanging out. And then open back up, right arm comes out. My left hand is staying on my right thigh. A nice kind of compact, closed way to counteract a lot of that intense opening that we did. Bring the legs back up, uncross them. Left leg goes over. Hook the toes underneath the calf, hug the knees in a little bit. Roll as far to your right side as you need to, so that knees and ankles are all the way down. Right hand to the left thigh, then peel the left shoulder open. Come back up. Recross the right thigh on top of the left. Hug the knees in. You're going to flex the feet. Grab onto the outer edges of the feet. And you'll come into cow face pose here at the very end of class. So cow face pose on your back is really nice for people with knee problems. And it's just a little more passive way to get into the outer hips. But you can play with the feet. So sometimes you want to lift them up and pull them in here. Sometimes it feels better to have the heels in closer, and so really, I like to think of it like a little steering wheel, like you're deciding where you want to go. And then when you find that good juicy spot, keep the feet flexed, hug it in, and relax down into it. Switch sides, left leg over the right, hug the knees in, flex the feet, grab onto the outer edges of the feet, and if you can't do that, I should have said this before, but you can always grab a strap or something like that and hook the feet from that. So you can add length there if you need to. And then just kind of play around. I always, for whatever reason, my left thigh is on top. I can never figure out which foot I'm holding. But try to figure that out and see what feels good. No right or wrong in this type of pose. As long as your knees are safe, and that's why we flex the feet. If it feels good, there's no reason why you shouldn't do it. Go ahead and release the feet. We're heading into Shavasana, corpse pose. So go ahead and get comfortable here. If lying flat on your back isn't working for you today, you could take this on your side or your stomach. And if legs out straight don't feel good, do like we did before with the knees bent and then let them fall together. And that'll remove any pain or pressure from the low back if you have that here. So once you are getting into corpse pose, if you're on your back, you want to make sure that your feet, if they're out straight in front of you, are about mat width apart, maybe even wider. You let the toes fall to the sides. And then your hands are going to be out pretty wide. So I like to make sure that at least my elbow, if not more, is off the mat. And then I just lift my heart up and I tuck my shoulder blades just a little bit. And that can feel really nice on the upper back and just help you relax that much more. I'm going to let the fingers curl into the palms of the hands. And then once you physically get ready for the pose, close your eyes. Start to bring the awareness into your back body. Feeling the heaviness and the weightiness of every square millimeter of your back body. Feel yourself as you become one with the mat and the earth beneath you. And then at the same time, bring your awareness to the front body. Feel the lightness and the airiness in the front body. Feel how with each breath, every square millimeter of your front body is lifting up and towards the infinite space. And these two elements together, the heaviness of the back body and the lightness of the front body, when they work together, you create so much room for yourself inside. Your sky becomes clearer and brighter. You begin to see the truth of the universe and the honesty of the universe. Begin to disconnect from all that is not real out in the world. Reconnect to your true awesome being, the one that is changeless and infinite and connected so intricately to the universe and to everyone and everything that is in it. And it's there that will rest today. And to deepen your breath and to bring some movement back into your body, nice and slow. And in your own time and in your own way, make your way up into a comfortable seated position. Once you're seated, go ahead and bring your hands together at your heart, bow the head. Thank yourself for making time today to get on your yoga mat and practice, for taking the 60 minutes to disconnect with all the things that we get so caught up in that aren't important and real, and to remind yourself here
on your mat of really what is real. What is it that is your truth, and what is it that makes you tick and makes you excited and passionate, and that is where I hope the rest of your focus can really lie today. Namaste. Thank you all for practicing with me. I look forward to seeing you here next Tuesday for another live stream yoga class. And in the meantime, you can check out a ton of other videos and great content and recipes on yoginiology.com. And if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, do it, and you'll never miss another video. Bye.